This is Cursor, a new AI tool that allows anyone to be a programmer. And when I say anyone, I do mean it. You're watching an 8-year-old girl build a chatbot just by using Cursor. You simply tell it what to do and it will code it for you. Cursor can fix errors, create new files, and even use the terminal. My name is Ondrej and I'm gonna teach you how to build anything with Cursor. The first step is to obviously download Cursor. Click on the first link. You see the big download button. Click that, double click on the installer and go through the steps. If you have VS Code, it will ask you if you want to import all your plugins over. Do that, obviously. If you don't have VS Code, don't worry, you can skip that step. However, what you cannot skip is creating an account on Cursor. So go back to the website. It should look like this. You should see a big sign in button. So click on sign in and simply create an account. Cursor has an amazing free model, so we're going to be using that. All right, so let's go back to the downloads folder. Once you finish the installation process, Cursor will open up. It will either look like this, or if you have VS Code, it will open your latest project in VS Code. Either way, you can go to File and click on Close Folder. So that way, we're in the same page. Now let's open a folder, any folder. The first thing you should do is press Ctrl K. This is perhaps the most important keyboard shortcut in Cursor. Just by using this, you can type plain English and Cursor will output any code. Like, we live in a time where anybody, just by speaking English, can code essentially anything. So let me show you, right? A simple UI. Obviously, this is very simple compared to the agent we will be actually building, but I just want to show you, it can create files, right? So even if you have no knowledge of programming, with Cursor, you're not left alone. You can do stuff, right? So as you can see, it's written all of this code, then we have to accept it. So click on accept all. By the way, if you want access to all the code from this video, then make sure to join the new society. Inside, we'll teach you step by step how to make your first $1,000 with AI. And yes, you can do this even if you're a beginner, because we do 30 calls per month where we help you every step of the way. But don't take my word for it. Just look at all these amazing reviews from people just like you. So if you want to make money with AI, make sure to join. It's the first link in the description. Now, before we test it out, we need Python. So let's go back to the web browser, and the best way to use Python is through Conda. So just type in Conda download into Google, click on the first link, and at the top, click on Mini Conda. This is a smaller version of Conda with, less packages, just the essentials. Now scroll down to the download links and download the one for your platform. So again, Windows, Mac OS, Linux. I'm on Windows right now, so let's click on the Windows one. Boom, double click the installer, and this will take you through the wizard of Conda. Again, it is like 7 steps, so just accept it all, install it to path, go through it. And then it depends if you're on Windows or Mac OS. If you're on Windows, you have to press the Windows button and type Anaconda prompt to open the Conda terminal. But if you're on Mac OS, all you have to do is open the terminal, search, use the search function at the top, open the terminal, and it will automatically be in Conda. Okay, so let's say you don't know anything about the terminal Conda programming. Well, we have Cursor. And there is the second keyboard shortcut, second most important one, is Ctrl L. So we can actually close this and type Ctrl L, and you'll see this window on the right. Now, first thing is the LLM, right? So we can choose GPT-4o, we can choose Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Honestly, it doesn't matter. The point is that either use this one or this one. Let's ask it how to create a Conda environment, because let's say we don't know, this is our first time, right? So tell me what to do to create a new Conda env and activate it. And I'm just gonna follow these instructions, right? Again, use these AI tools. All you need is a little bit of ambition, a single idea, and the willingness to pursue it. Okay, so, okay, Conda create, let's just copy this, right? This is the first thing it gives us. So let's go into our terminal, Ctrl V, enter. And then it tells us Conda activate. Okay, so let's copy that. Go back. Okay, we need to hit enter one more time. As you can see, that's finished. Conda activate. And now we're in the calculator environment. Amazing. If we go back to VS Code, you can see there is an error being thrown that we have invalid Python interpreter, right? As you can see on the top, on the bottom right, it is like orange and says select interpreter. That's because we don't have any Python version selected, any environment selected. So simply click on that. Scroll down, and we're looking for our new environment that we created. Maybe you actually need to restart Cursor, so let's do that. Let's close Cursor, open it back up. Sometimes it doesn't show that. It doesn't show that option until you restart it, and boom, there it is. So again, click on this, find the calculator environment, click on that. You can close these, And now we can actually test out our file, right? So let's run our little test, and boom, we have a simple calculator app. So let's see, like 4 times 7 equals 28. Yeah, so it works. Okay, as impressive as this calculator might seem, this is nothing compared to the agent we will build in this video. If you pay attention and watch until the end, you'll be able to build any project with Cursor, even if you know nothing about Python or programming. So let's get started. I'm gonna simply do Ctrl K again, and I'm gonna close out so I'm not talking just to this single file, and I'm gonna tell it create a new file. You can hit Ctrl R to close that. We can keep this at the bottom. So let's open that file up, Instagram lead generator. So it is empty, just a few comments. Now on the top right in the chat mode. So basically, just to explain the context, this is more of a coding assistant. This is more of the, chat. This is the project where you brainstorm the direction of the project, the decisions we will make. This is what writes the code, right? So let's click on plus to create a new chat and describe what we want to build. So I want to build a simple lead generator that uses Tavily API. This is a proven API for LLM usage. If you didn't know this, you can simply do one perplexity search and you would find it. But okay, let's continue. I want to build a simple lead generator that uses Tavily API to find 20 to 30 Instagram accounts based on a given niche/location. The Python script should be really simple. No need to overthink. Just get input from the user, and with Tavily API, browse the web for accounts in that niche. Okay? And then I'm gonna hit enter, and we will have Claude 3.5 Sonnet tell us what to do. Certainly, I'll create a simple Python script, blah, blah, blah. So it is already going. Okay, so this is honestly my bad. This is my bad because this is bad way to code with AI. Getting it to do too much stuff at once and then getting lost and not knowing what's happening. So I'm gonna say before we, by the way, I clicked on edit, the edit icon. Before we write any code, first create an outline. So this is actually a mistake I made. I didn't tell it to, make the outline and just give me instructions for one step. If you don't do that, it will start rushing ahead, and that's an easy way to get lost, especially if you're a beginner. You, the user, the human, you need to act as the manager, the CEO. The AI, it just, it does what it does. It goes into one direction. It doesn't know what you need to do. It doesn't have all the context that you have. You need to hold it accountable and point it into the right direction. So the worst thing you can do is actually completely check out and assume the AI will do everything. No, you act as the manager. You act as the coordinator, as the leader, and the AI is the programmer. Okay, so as you can see, these are the steps. Set up project environment, install necessary libraries, set up Tavily credentials, create a function to get user input, implement Tavily API search, process and filter search results, display the search result to the user. Okay, so this is good outline, very nice outline. I'm gonna say that. Very solid outline, I like it. Let's see what's next. Project. Actually, let me show you something. Again, on the bottom right, you see these 3 different options. Alt-Enter gives it no context, so it just focuses on what you said in this message. Enter gives it context for the file, or gives it the history of this chat. Control-Enter gives it context to your entire code base. So all of the files in this folder, right, in your entire code base. Obviously, right now we have only 2, but if you have a big project, it might be hundreds of files. If you have Control-Enter, it can take all of that into account and give you really relevant responses. So this is where Cursor really gets to shine. So okay, we already have a Conda env and empty Python file. Do not rush things. Always focus on one thing only. Great, since we already have a Conda environment and an empty Python file, let's move on to the next step, installing necessary libraries. For this project, we'll need to install Tavily API client. Here's what to do. Ensure your Conda environment is activated. Install the Tavily API using pip. So let's copy this. Let's go to the top, click on terminal, new terminal, and we simply paste the command that Cursor gave us. Enter. So that's installing. In the meantime, let's see what's next. That's all for this step. Amazing. So, okay, we do CLS, and then we can say actually, amazing thing. as you can see at the bottom, it says Control K. You can use this in the terminal as well. So you can say, check which Conda env we have activated and the packages installed within it. Enter. Conda, okay, so as you can see, it writes the command and we have to approve it. So scroll up, and this is the one that we have activated, calculator env, and then it lists out all of the packages within the environment. Obviously, we didn't install all of them because some of them come pre-installed with Conda, but if we look carefully, we see Tavily is in here. So that's good. So let's close this. And I'm gonna say on the chat, in the chat mode, I'm gonna say, done, what's next? And maybe I should actually interrupt this. So let me change this, click on the edit button again, and then I'm gonna tell it to remind itself of the entire outline every time. Okay, so as you can see, the prompts matter, your prompts matter. If you're getting confused and if the AI is, running all over the place, it is your fault. It is not Cursor's fault. It is not the fault of Claude 3.5 Sonnet. It is your fault. You are writing bad prompts and you are being a bad manager. You don't know how to lead the AI to accomplish what you want. So before you blame it like, oh my God, it doesn't know how to do it, or it's too complicated, blah, 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 I'm not programmer, I don't know how to use it. Calm down and be careful. Use the prompts that you write. Follow good prompt engineering principles and just, act as if you were guiding a really skilled programmer that has like ADHD and no attention span. You have to treat it that way and provide it enough context. So as you can see, my previous prompt was much worse. Then I gave it instructions, a nice 3-step process to follow, and the results we will be getting from now on will be much better, and it will not rush forward. The last thing you want is to lose track of the project. You, as the manager, you need to be in charge of the project and know what's happening. Even if you don't understand the code, that's fine. You need to know which part of the code does what, at least roughly, and what stage of the project you're at. If you just let the AI run rogue and don't manage it, don't, moderate it, don't lead it, you're gonna have a hard time. So, just don't underestimate the importance of clear prompt engineering. Okay, so it outlines the steps, and then it tells us what to do. Set up Tavily credentials. Sign up to Tavily. Okay, so let's go back to the web. All right, so let's Google Tavily API. Click on the first link. If you've never used Tavily, just create a free account. They have a really amazing free plan, 1,000 API calls every month, which is just amazing, right? You don't even have to enter your credit card. So again, create your free account, click on dashboard. Okay, once you sign in, you should see a dashboard looking like this. And right here, you already see the API key. So just click on the copy button. Boom. Then we need to go back and we need to save it. It should create, okay, so yeah, whatever. So let's click on here and Control K, and we tell it create a new .env file and put in Tavily API key. We'll have Cursor do that for us, right? So you don't even have to create files, and you need to simply approve stuff. Okay, so this is a mistake. No, okay, it's not a mistake. It automatically edited this file as well, which is nice. Didn't even ask for that. But basically, here is our env file, as you can see. Let me hit Control R to close this. Control R. Here, as you can see, we need to replace it. So Control V. This is what I just copied from Tavily. Control S. And now in our main file, the Python file, we can see, actually, let's rename it. Let's rename it to main.py, just to keep it simple. And we can delete this. So this is our main.py, and as you can see, .env is underlined. So we can actually do Control K and tell it. Well, actually, no, we cannot do that. What I'm saying, we need to go Control J and open a terminal, and then in the terminal, Control K, install the required packages for this project. Enter. And enter again, Control Enter, and it's installed python.env. So now this should stop being underlined. Boom, beautiful. So we have all the installed packages necessary, and now it gets it using OS. It extracts the Tavily API key from our environment variable. And yeah, so now this is good. Okay. So I'm gonna say, oh wait, this is different code. But it does the same thing, right? Well, okay, so this is, let's do apply. Import Tavily client, sure. Enter. Wait, Control-Shift-Y. Control-Shift-Y. But it didn't initiate the client. What is going on? Control-N, decline. So, maybe this is a mistake of using cursor both Control-K and Control-L in the chat and the, what's it called? Compiler, no, not compiler. Constructor, whatever. Yeah, constructor. Composer, oh my god. Anyways, let's tell it what I've done, right? So I've created an env file. I went to Tavily's website and I obtained the API key, saved it into .env. Now we have to update the code. I did not add your previous suggestion, and let's say tell me how to add it, and also let's do a simple test that shows Tavily works correctly. This is another tip. Do as many tests as possible when working with AI. If the AI is coding it and you don't know what's happening, you're a beginner, you're having the AI do it for you, you need to run tests constantly. After every major change, and even after every minor change, you should run a test and prove that stuff works. The changes that you've made, that they work. So we have some code, let's apply it and accept it, and let's see what happened, right? So we need to save it, and it searches up what's the capital of France. Okay, but this is kind of a cheap example though, that's the issue. Okay, let's run it. Let's see if it even works. Tavily API test results, none. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to chat, and this is the result of our code. Also, the prompt is very bad, very basic. Let's do something that tests more recent knowledge. Maybe recent AI use or whatever. Okay. Enter. Oh wait, I think I know the mistake I made. I'm working in two different files here. So that is the issue. That is the issue. Okay. So let me edit this. Main.py. And let's delete this. So we're only working in one file. And actually, we probably need to go back here, to be honest. That's my mistake. Yeah, you need to be very careful when chatting which file is selected. Which file is selected. So it was the wrong Python file. And okay, now I'm gonna apply it. It did update to like AI question, so it's not just capital of France. But look at this. We are getting this. Again, the great feature is that when you're in the terminal, you can add to chat like this, and you know, why are we getting this bad output? Okay, so maybe actually we can try giving it the latest documentation, which is, to be honest, always good practice. So what I did is I clicked on documentation and get quick start. Python SDK, Tavily search, getting started. And we just copy everything and we give it to cursor. So I'm going to do Control V. Above is the latest Tavily API documentation. Use that to change the code we have. Make it as simple as possible. Enter. Okay. So now it's working with the latest Tavily API, meaning it should be correct and we should be getting good outputs. So let's save this and run it again. Hopefully we get an actual realistic output, not just, yes, we got an output. Okay, amazing. So the API works, and if we go into the dashboard, we should see, refresh, boom, yeah, it is working. So we got 4 requests. Obviously the first 3 kind of failed, but right now we're getting answers, right? What is the latest developments in AI Language models follow up, none. But here we have CNN, content, OpenAI. OpenAI on Monday announces the latest artificial language model that says GPT-4o, but this is not new though. That's the issue. This is not new. Maybe we should have updated it to like AI news August 2024, and then save and run, and we should get much better results, much more relevant results. So let's see. Ideogram v2, yes, okay, this is good. So we've run the test, we know Tavily API is working, this is amazing. So now, actually let me create a new chat so that it's separate. New chat, current file, good. Well, actually, if we create a new chat, then I have to, okay, let's go back to all chats. We need to remind it of the process. So maybe it's better to keep using the same chat. Okay, whatever. As you can see, I'm learning on the spot. So yeah, okay. The Tavily test was successful. What's next? Boom. Okay. It reminds itself of the steps. Create a function to get user input. Get user input, niche and location, return niche and location, add this to the main block. So let's apply and accept. And now it should ask us, right? Enter the niche for the Instagram account. So we can do, let's do our good old sunglasses. If you've seen my last video, you know what I'm talking about. And this is gonna search like sunglass companies. Let's do in LA, right? LA. Tavily should look for companies in LA. Wait, what? It only said searching for niche accounts in location. Oh, yeah, we did not implement that yet. Okay, so the test Tavily API, we can, I guess, delete those. Maybe let's Control A and chat, simplify the code we have, remove the parts that are no longer needed, then help me implement the next step. As you can see, we don't need a test function anymore, but maybe we should build on top of that. I'm not sure if it simplified anything, but whatever, let's run it. So we're gonna do the same, sunglasses. Let's actually do travel agency. Travel agency, LA. Searching for travel agency Instagram accounts in LA. Boom! And we got a bunch. Okay, this is good. Now we need to process the results. Okay, great. This is actually great, not good. Wait, actually, maybe let's run it again and then put the output from the terminal into the chat so it sees, yeah, so it sees the, what's it called, the formatting, and it knows how to process stuff. So let's do again, travel agency. Let's do Australia. Okay. And then we're gonna get the output, put that into the chat window. Put that into the chat window. So as you can see, you can add to chat and say, amazing, it's working well. Now we need to process the output somehow. Enter. And let's have it write the code that we need. Maybe it's good to, use Control J to hide the terminal instead of killing it every time. Let me ask, wouldn't it be better to just use Anthropic API to process this? You're right, using LLM like Claude. Yeah, so this is going to be probably outdated. Anyways, let's go back to Google and simply type in Anthropic API. Build with Anthropic. So we need to go both into the docs. So click on both of these buttons basically. This will take us to the Anthropic console, and then this will take us to the docs. And we need the docs to remind cursor. I mean, there is the web search, right? There is like web, but from my experience, it's not the best. Find the latest Anthropic docs for getting simple API response. And when I was testing it out, it didn't really work that well. It will search the websites, but then it will say I cannot search the web. Oh, never mind. But it gives us the curl command, okay? For Python, we need Python, guys. I mean, the edit button is very handy, right? Like don't be afraid to edit your prompts. Either way, let's go into the console and log in. If you don't have an Anthropic account, what are you doing? Why don't you have an Anthropic account? Either way, don't worry, just create one. Again, it takes 20 seconds. You can literally use Google and log in. Boom, and we're logged in. So then click on settings. On the left, click on API keys and create a new key. I'm gonna name it cursor, create key, and copy. We go back into cursor, and then let's use our trusted Control K assistant. And I'm gonna say, I need to add a new API key into the .env file. It's for Anthropic. Here's the actual API key. Boom, enter. And let's see if it can actually, it cannot include in our conversation, but it, why did it reset? Oh my God, are you crazy? Did it just whoa, reject? Absolutely reject. So that's crazy. It reset the Tavily API key. So I guess it's kind of touchy when it comes to APIs, whatever. Let's reset the composer. And let's do that manually, I guess. So when you paste it inside, hit Control S. It makes sense that they don't want to process API keys because that could be a whole nightmare in them going into the training data and then other people accessing them. So yeah, obviously API keys should be kept secret. I will revoke mine before uploading this video. Never share your API keys with anyone. Okay, now that I've said all those disclaimers, let's copy paste the latest. Well, actually, does it work? Does this work? The web search. Obviously, Cursor is not like a web search tool, but this should work, right? Yeah. Okay. So it did find this. So, okay, I'm gonna say great. Let's close this. Great. Help me implement a simple API call into our file. Just to process the Tavily API output. And we're actually getting closer to the finished agent, so that's pretty amazing. Okay, so it rewrites the entire file, I guess. Let's do apply. And this is nice. In green, we can see what's edited, right? So we import Anthropic, initialize Anthropic client. Then instead of returning the response, then we return process response with Claude, a new function, which includes the system prompt. Pretty amazing. And uses Claude Free Opus. Why would you use Opus? Come on. Come on. Obviously, we have to change that, but okay, whatever. Let's approve it. Wait, what did I click? Okay, accept. Right here, Anthropic docs. This is just a good practice. Use documentation whenever you're building anything. There is like a myth among beginners that documentation is only for programmers. Well, actually, documentation is more for non-programmers because you don't have to remember the syntax if you use the documentation. So if I click on Quick Start and on the left on models, I don't have to remember the exact model names, right? Because as you can see, they can get quite complicated with the exact date. I can just copy paste this and use this in our coding. So whenever you're programming something, just have the docs open because it tells you stuff to copy paste. You don't have to remember anything if you use the documentation. So use AI tools and use documentation and you're unstoppable. Let's replace this model. Obviously, we don't want Opus. We want Sonnet. Until Claude 3.5 Sonnet comes out, yeah, there's no reason to use Opus. But okay, temperature 0 is good here. Tokens are good. Then the prompt, yeah, this looks fine. This looks fine, actually. Let's run it. Let's run it. And we get an error. No module named Anthropic. Okay. So as you can see, it is underlined. So we don't have Anthropic installed. So let's actually, instead of adding it to chat, let's add to composer. And actually, let's hit submit. I want to see if it fixes itself. Well, it should, I don't know why it doesn't. This is one thing Cursor needs to change. That it should automatically put itself into the terminal. If you're, yeah, this is annoying. So let's close it, and then when we enter the terminal, we hit Control K. I'm gonna say fix this, if that's enough. Oh, it is enough. Okay, so Control Enter, and it will install Anthropic. Yeah, that's good. The only thing is that you have to be highlighted in the terminal for this to work. Let's close it and let's run it again. This should fix itself any moment now. It's highlighted when it's not installed, and now boom, it is installed. So let's run the file again. Enter the niche for Instagram accounts. Let's do like fitness weight loss, okay? Fitness weight loss, and then we're gonna do let's do like Singapore, okay? Boom. Searching for fitness weight loss Instagram accounts in Singapore. We will get the output. It will go to the AI model, and it should format it. Wait. What is the system prompt? Hello. Based on the following Tavily result, please extract a list of 20 to 30 relevant Instagram for each account provide. We don't want the description actually. Okay, so okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna highlight just the system prompt, and I'm gonna do edit. Bless me. I'm gonna say rewrite the system prompt so that it only lists out the Instagram handles from found in the Tavily API output in a nice clean numbered list. Okay, so I'm not gonna write the system prompt myself. What is this, 2023? I'm gonna use cursor to do that for me. So accept. And and yeah, this looks much better. So let's rerun it. So again, the niche, we're gonna do weight loss programs. This time we can try like, let's try London, why not? Okay, so the output is not good enough, right? I mean, the formatting. We need to change this line. So, okay. I need to do add to composer. Right, so we have this in composer, and then we need to, okay, this we just delete. There is no point having the 20 to 30 because that's, you know, the system prompt cannot change the output of Tavily. Yeah, this needs to be add to chat, and then I do this line, add to chat. So I'm gonna say this line of code needs to be changed so that it outputs only the text from the Anthropic API call. Maybe actually this is better to just find it into in the documentation, right? Not here. Quick start. Yes, it is like message content. So it is like this, but we only want the text. Message.context.text. Let's try. Maybe for debugging it's better to actually manually set the variables. Boom. Okay, so we found 3 accounts. The search result provided limited specific handles. Yeah, but we found 3 accounts. So the next step is to run it into a loop until we have 20, right? So that is what we do. Okay. So, okay, we highlight the user input and we edit and we say, change this part of code so that it also asks the user for a number of accounts he wants to find. Generate, be very simple change. Now we need to put the main functionality of our agent into a loop so that it keeps searching for Instagram accounts in given niche and location until it hits the desired number by the user. Implement this in the simplest way possible. Enter. As you can see, building something with cursor is like beyond easy. It's really an entirely new era of development. It's like no longer is it about programmers and non-programmers. It's about people who do stuff and people who don't do stuff. You can keep using the excuse that you're not a programmer, but as you can see, I'm building stuff with plain English, and anybody can do that. And if you don't speak English, you can do it in French, Spanish, but you're probably not watching this video since this is in English. Okay, let's see. So we have the functions, and then we run a loop while Yeah, okay, I mean, I'm just gonna send it, right? In worst case scenario, we can do Control Z. Apply, accept, move this to the side. Is there a, I should probably use the Control L, right? Control L shortcut to hide it and unhide it. Open chat and enter closed AI sidebar. Yeah. Okay, whatever. I can just drag it to the side. Oh my god, why did it reset the... That's crazy. No. Why? I'm gonna do Control N for this line. That's crazy. Why does it touch that line? Anyways. I don't know why it's touching this line as well. Yeah, there's no reason to change this. So this is good. This is very good functionality where you can only, you know, choose what it should change and not let it change everything. So again, this is what I mean. Like, you should be managing the process and not just accepting everything blindly, like I did a minute earlier. Anyways, Control S and let's run it. So Ondrej, let's try roofing companies, roofing repair, random. We're gonna do like Austin, Texas, okay, and let's do 25 accounts to find. All right, so roofing repair companies in Austin, Texas, 25 of them. Found unique. Oh, what do you mean found unique accounts so far? What's going on? Okay, so there is an issue with our code somewhere. So I'm gonna highlight this part of code that's causing the trouble. I'm gonna say this needs to use our function, process it with Claude. Double exclamation mark, because I'm angry. Accept. And let's run it again. I don't know why it completely ignored that part. But yeah, anyways. Austin, Texas. And 25. I think the Tavily API was working, but it wasn't. What is going on? Found 0 unique accounts so far? What do you mean? This is way too complicated. We need to massively simplify this function. Okay, so I'm going to edit. This part of code is way too complicated. We just need to use the functions we already have and run them in a loop until the desired number of accounts has been found. Control accept. Let's see. Roofing repair. Dallas this time. Doesn't matter. Let's do 15. Maybe there is the issue of tracking how many accounts. Okay, found 5 unique accounts so far. And then 8. More than 15. I mean, that's definitely more than 15. What is going on? Length of all results. That's the issue. That's the issue. Okay, so... Alright, let's go back a bit. Okay. Now, this was working, right? This was working. Submit edit. Accept. Yes, I accept this. But wait, this, let's take it one step at a time. Roofing repair. Obviously now it will not do anything with the actual number of accounts to find, but it should work at least, right? So let's do Dallas, Texas. Let's do 15 again. Okay, so now we have an error. Where? Debug with AI. Let's try that. Please help me debug this code. Only debug the latest error. Too many values to unpack. You're trying to assign more variables. Oh yeah, I mean, then the number of accounts. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we need to apply this. We need to apply this. This isn't anywhere. Now it should work, hopefully. Okay, so I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do lawn mowing in, let's do Seattle. Okay, and 15 accounts. Searching for lawn mowing Instagram accounts in Seattle, and we found 2. So okay, we need to somehow track how many have been found, because it's in the LLM. It's in the LLM. Maybe we just process it with LLM. Or maybe we can use the same LLM to output the number of accounts found. Or, I mean, yeah, there's different ways to do it. I just want to keep it simple. I just want to run it in a loop to look for different Instagram accounts, right? Because every time we run it, it will be different. Okay. If we go into the Tavily dashboard, maybe we can see the requests, research reports, API playground. No, it's not. Yeah, basically what I'm trying to figure out is the best way to keep it simple while making it more useful. Because it is working right now. We're getting these Instagram accounts, right? But the amount that we get is kind of random based on the web search. Yeah, this is the query, right? So we do top lawn mowing Instagram accounts in location. Maybe we should do like Instagram lawn mowing and then location. Maybe it's better to just do like Instagram niche and then location like this. Instagram, weight loss. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Maybe we can just do in, put in like this. And yeah, this is simple enough. So let's try to run it with different niche. Let's do weight loss. London 25, doesn't matter. Let's see how many it finds in the first. Keep in mind, this is only one Tavily API call. Now it found 4. Okay, I think I know the simplest way to fix this, right? So basically, I will ask it to run this in a loop. So I'm gonna edit. I'll say update this function so that it runs in a loop 5 times, every time slightly changing the query so that it yields different results, so that it finds different Instagram accounts. Okay, control accept. So as you can see, we have 5 different queries, 5 different ways to use this, and then all results, and then 4 query in queries, boom. And this should yield different Instagram accounts. So let's run it. So let's do a different niche. This time I'm gonna try to do computer repair. Random, I know. Let's try New York, why not? New York. And we can actually delete this. I mean, it's irrelevant, but whatever. We don't need to adding the number of accounts to find, because we're kind of doing them manually with the agent running 5 times, and you can just run it multiple times if you need to. But there needs to be, yeah, okay, I'm gonna kill the terminal, and there are 2 issues, right? So we can highlight this function and say no need to ask for num accounts anymore. Enter. Boom, simplifies it. And here I'm gonna highlight the entire function and say the only thing missing is an update print statement with each run of the Tavily API. Add this in the simplest way possible. Enter. Let's review how it adds it. Oh, this is so satisfying when it's going through all the lines. And yeah, so here it's a print statement, searching Tavily for, and then a query. Okay, accept, save, and let's run it. So let's do a different niche. I mean, computer repair, and New York City. Yes, this is an issue. Where is the debug with AI? Where do we need to change it? Get user input. No, we don't. I mean, I do not want to get the third value. That's the thing. Which part of my code do I have to change? And we're changing, oh, the main. Okay, this is where the issue lies. Okay, accept, save, and let's rerun it. Delete, rerun, like a clean terminal. Computer, actually, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's do corporate law. I mean, that's kind of crazy for Instagram, I think. Okay, for Instagram, let's do maybe vegan food delivery. I am not really vegan, but this is just for testing purposes. New York City. And we should now see every Tavily run. Yeah, nice. So it is showing us the progress, which is just nice to see what's happening, right? See, looking at a blank terminal, it's not really the best experience, but seeing how it's going through the stuff and getting all the outputs, and now we should get the list. Ooh, okay, so this is not the way I want it. Maybe it's best to just have the Tavily do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in here. Maybe I'm gonna do a new chat, and I'm gonna say, I need to change the way. Okay, our current file processes the results after every run, but it's gonna be much more efficient if we just process it after the Tavily loop finishes. In the meantime, we can just append it. Okay, make the necessary changes. Keep it simple. Added update print statement, which is already here. So no. All results that append response. Yes, this is good. Remove duplicates. What is this? Okay, we accept this, we decline this, and we decline this. Save. Let's run again. And nice, yeah, this is much more efficient. So now it does the Tavily search 5 times, and then it gives us 9 Instagram accounts, or however many it's able to find at once. So this is really good. You can run this, message all of them, and run it again, have like 9, 10, 15 other accounts. And if you really want to run it in a big loop, you can obviously increase the number. Instead of 5, you can do 10, 15, whatever. But yeah, this is really solid, and you have 9 leads found by this agent that you can just message and pitch your services to. Now, if you're wondering what do I sell, this is exactly what we teach in the New Society. I give you my agent that generates high quality AI images, including headlines, including copy, and we sell it as creatives. Every company that's running paid ads needs creatives, right? And especially very visual niches like travel agencies. It's probably one of the best niches out there, right? In terms of how visual it is. The offer is so simple because every company that's running paid ads, I'm running paid ads, and I understand the biggest pain point is coming up with new creatives, testing new creatives. With AI, you can deliver absolutely exceptional volume of creatives, like 50 new amazing images per week. It's hard to beat that with real photographers or, digital graphic designers. So, if you're interested in making money with AI, make sure to join. It's the first link in the description. Thank you for watching.